Beautiful weather conditions today at Rosehill. A heavy 9 to kick it off. And we're just about ready for the first. The midway, Moncana runs favourite. Ready to run. Gates are back now, the racing, and King Rosehill with blinkers on today flopped out of their gates, and the Spirit Dealer will go back to keep him company. V12 jumped well with Audrey's Lane, and Pretty Tabby's right there. Moncana's going to count just behind the leading division in the early stages, with Irish Bliss going forward out wide. Justella down on the rails, then came Convergent Unwritten. A gap to Be Real from King Rosehill, and the Stale, the Spirit Dealer, is having difficulty keeping up with them early, so Audrey's Lane had the speed to lead, and Irish Bliss now goes to second, doing a fair bit of work to get that spot, and now it's buzzing in the ear of the leader. V12 is tugging along off the fence there on the outside of Pretty Tabby. 2 further back to the favourite Moncana, getting a pretty good trail into the race, followed by Justella, 2 off 2 Convergent, travelling in a nice long rein mid-race. Further back to Unwritten, Be Real, King Rosehill, and now the Spirit Dealer getting in the mood somewhat and is tacked on at the rear of the field. Audrey's Lane really being pestered here by Irish Bliss. V12 with a great trail, followed by Pretty Tabby. Moncana about to pull out from Justella as they straighten up now, and Audrey's Lane's all out. Irish Bliss claimed it, and V12 has had the trail. Goes to the middle part of the track, and V12 went to a narrow lead with Moncana closing in strongly the outside. Back on the inside, Justella making some headway. It's V12 in front from Moncana and Convergent with a late run. Moncana lays it down to V12. Moncana with the head in front. Moncana will beat V12. Photo third, Justella went right up the inside and Convergent wide out. Followed in by Audrey's Lane, a gap to Pretty Tabby. King Rosehill was able to beat quite a few home. Finished side alongside the Grey Be Real. Then came the Spirit Dealer, Irish Bliss, and Unwritten was last in.
What about this young lady, Denim Wyman? Denim Wyman has trained a winner here at Rosehill the last 2 Saturdays. And it mightn't be over yet because she's still got Sunshine Law to come, her first winner here a couple of weeks ago. That's to come later today. Denim is on her way up. Moncana gets up and beats V12. Justella's over on the inside. We're waiting on all those numbers to go up. They're not there yet. Here's another look at them on the shutter cam. Moncana, V12, and very little separating Convergent and Justella. In fact, Convergent gets third, number 8 on the outside, and it'll be Justella fourth.
Great training performance there from Denim. She's only got a few in work. She does a really good job with the team that she has, but you just knew that there'd be improvement to come first up. She was always going to get there. It was just a matter of if she got there in time. Anna knows her inside and out. The race mapped out perfectly for her. She landed 5th, 6th there, 1 off, and a great win. V12 is very wayward. He's still learning what the caper's all about. Justella was fantastic. A much improved performance there from Justella and Convergent.
Well, what about you?
Oh, I'm lost for words, honestly. I thought when everyone come today, they were going to put the jinx on me, but the owners are here of Moncana today, and I just can't believe it. I'm so excited.
2 Saturdays in a row, because we didn't race last Saturday, so you couldn't have had a winner. 2 Saturdays in a row.
No, we we're at Newcastle last Saturday. We got a second, so I was happy with that. But, I was pretty confident with her today without saying it. But, she trained on well after her last start, and she just come back a different horse this time in. She's a lot stronger, and I'm been very happy with her work. So.
And Anna found a beautiful spot for her.
Yeah, she did. We were planned to be a pair further where she was, but didn't play out that way. And I wasn't too worried though, because they had to do quite a bit of work, and it made them work to cross her. So when they'd settled, I thought that's a good spot. So
well done. Well, you're a great combination, Anna and Denim, going well.
Yeah, she's going great. Anna's going to be so happy. I can't believe it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good on you.
The show rolls on for you and Denim.
Yeah, literally. She's doing a great job with these horses. Obviously, the concern today was the heavy track first up and whether she was going to be well enough today, but she's done a lot of work with her at home and just kept her really nice and well.
There's not a lot of her, but she's all heart.
She is all heart, and look, she's not got the greatest action, and she's not really got much going for her, to be honest. She's real awkward when she stretches out, and she struggles to stretch out as well, so really awkward to ride, but she puts her all in, and it just gets her across the line.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, attendants just working with one of them there as the red light continues to flash. Okay, we're getting close now. Stand by. They're off and racing now. And light infantry was the first into stride. Jumping well is Miss Emma to go up and join it. Hammering away is very handy, and wide out Bonnie and Bruce. Adolphus there in the red cap from Spirits Burn Deep. Now the well-supported Christ is going to settle midfield there in the brown and white cap. Further back off the course there is King Taurus, getting up the inside Scopix. Well, white out Oceans of Energy from Ship Shape, the Impeccable. Now the well-fancied Crunich is back second last, and 2 lengths away to Met de Meur. Down the side of the course, Miss Emma is jogging along here from Light Infantry, and Bonnie and Bruce is out wide. They're followed then by Adolphus, tucked away fourth on the rails as they come to the turn. Inside, hammering away. Spirits Burn Deep starts a run with Oceans of Energy as they come up to the turn. Further back to Scopix. Now Christa's in the middle of the pack with the white cap and will ride for luck. Into the straight now, and it's Miss Emma under the pump just in front from Light Infantry. They're followed by hammering away, Bonnie and Bruce. Now the horses up the inside. Scopix making ground. Adolphus making ground, and here comes the well-fancied Christa now. Wide out though. Crunich has come from a mile back. Down the centre of the track, and Crunich is going to blow the lot of them away. Crunich beat Ship Shape and Christa. Adolphus between them fourth. Then came the Impeccable. Further back, Spirits Burn Deep, Bonnie and Bruce. Wide out there was Met de Meur. Scopix up the inside from hammering away Miss Emma, and a gap to Light Infantry, and King Taurus was back with it as well.
Just as Christa loomed up on the inside, from out the back, Cranich has stormed home to win here for Zach Lloyd and Michael Mulholland. Ship Shape, Will Stanley and Kylie Kennedy, and Christa, Jason Collett and Todd Howlett. So it's Dubbo, Narromine, Musselbrook in that order in the highway. Here's Brisbane.
He's no all painting, but he's all heart.
Yeah, he's not very big, and it's quite cold out in Dubbo, so but he's got a nice little turn of foot when you need it, so he won that race quite nicely.
What were your thoughts when you were strung up in behind him at the 300?
Well, I didn't want to be that far back, but the way the race panned out, the first furlong, there was a lot of speed, a lot of horses getting caught wide, and I just thought I'd give him a chance early, and that paid dividends when I needed a run, because he spent no petrol early. He quickened really well and was able to make his own runs. So, yeah, he done that well. He made my life a lot easier.
Well done.
Thanks, Corey.
It's been Famoy, $4.80 now, so well backed. The other story of the race is the big drift on Ninja, now a $2.50 chance in the tableau of the day.
Well, Chris said Fermoy's come back stronger. Here's Darren for the third.
Gates are back and they're off and racing. The favourite Ninja midfield, Crown the King, jumped best and is a narrow leader, but there's a swarm of runners going forward, including the favourite Ninja the outside. Reflect handle the start well and will get the box seat trail on the inside without peer. 2 further back to Famoy, then came Wisnerska. A length and a half Karinska on the outside, a graphic sight, and Portofino is the last one. So Ninja's rolling on, travelling strongly, and Ninja will take the lead away from Crown the King with 800 metres to go. 2.5 to without peer, happy to sit back a touch on the outside of Reflect. 2 further back to for Moyes in a nice relaxed rhythm in advance of Wisnerska. Then came Karinska with nice cover and a trail. 3/4 the inside to graphic sight, and Portofino is the last one. So Ninja's worked. We'll see if he can do it at both ends, Ninja. He turns to the corner in front from Crown the King. 2 further back to without peer. Then Reflect being sealed up, and for Moyes getting to the outside, 4 or 5 lengths off the lead. Inside the 275, Ninja in front by a length and a half to Crown the King, who's holding it down second for the moment. Ninja a length on Crown the King, then without peer, Fermoy and Karinska making ground. Ninja still in front, 50 out, without peer making a late lunge with Crown the King. Ninja, I think, scraped in. It was all out, Ninja. Photo finish, Ninja and without peer, Crown the King between them. Then Karinska the inside, Fermoy the outside, a gap to to graphic sight was Nurska Reflect Weekend out in Portofino's last of all.
OK, let's slow this down and line them up. It looks as though Ninja may have just lasted. The other one's come very quick on the outside. Without Peer, Crown the Kings and the Derby colours in the centre. Here's Ninja in front. Andrew Atkins trying his best. Without Peer comes at it. Chad Schofield. We'll get another photo shot here. Crown the Kings in the centre. Ninja wins. Ninja first. Number 4, Andrew Atkins, Michael Freedman. Beats 2 Without Peer, Chad Schofield, Kieran Maher. And 5, Crown the King. Ash Morgan and Bjorn Baker have run third. Shani, he was in front. A long way from home. He's still a long way to go to get down that straight.
He was all out late, wasn't he? But he's been able to get his head down at exactly the right time and hold on. He's brought that Kembla form here, so it's only onwards and upwards for him. Without Peer was on the quick backup. He wasn't on the quick backup. Crown the King was on the quick backup. Without Peer was really good at his second run, and I love the way Fermoy was getting to the line late.
I really like the way Andrew Atkins rode this horse here today. I know he led easily in a small field down there at Kembla last time out, but today he waited for the race to settle down. Obviously, Crown the King with Ash Morgan in front, making him work to get over to the lead. But once he got to the front, he really rated this horse well. I think this horse has got plenty of upside. He's still doing those little things wrong, but once he irons all those little problems out, I think he's going to be a little smart horse.
OK, numbers are official. 4 Ninja, 2 Without Peer, 5 Crown the King, 6 Fermoy. Now that 1,300 metres has been run in. Michael, they can win by 11 lengths and they can win by a nose.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't want that one over.
No, it was in front a long way from home with a big break, which was big enough.
Yeah, look, I was just saying to Ben Willis from my racehorse, he's very raw still. He gets a bit jig-joggy in the parade ring and he's still not really jumping as cleanly as we'd like, and he's sort of having to be used a bit just to hold a position. And then when that one kicked up inside him, he sort of had to use him a little bit more to cross. So, you know, whilst the margin wasn't great, and I certainly wouldn't want it over, I thought there was a lot of merit in it, and I think he's a horse with a good future.
So going forward, just a little bit more maturity and a bit more education.
I think so, yeah. I think that's the key. Although he may not look like it today, I do think he'll appreciate getting out over further, just when he can get into a nice rhythm. So I think he's got a good future.
Great job, well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Andy. He's still doing a few things wrong, but he's a nice enough horse.
Yeah, the barriers is the first one. He just doesn't do anything wrong in there. He just moseys on out when he wants to. That was a little bit better again today. He's slowly picking up, and he's a little bit quirky.
He didn't hand it to you?
No, they didn't. Obviously, that pressure underneath us. And I didn't want to fight with him because he can sort of work himself up a little bit, and I was happy just to let him stretch along and, you know, somewhat ride him like the best horse in the race. Might have overdone that a little bit, but made it interesting late. But look, he was tough, he was game. He's still got a lot of upside to him. He's still developing as a racehorse, and like you said, he's still doing a few little things wrong. So once he tightens the screws down and really fully matures, I'm going to see the best of him.
Had a really good start to the season.
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously good support from Michael and his team, and all the other trainers are up for, so I'm very lucky.
Well done, bud.
Thanks.
Now the reloading Lunar Angel in. OK, she's locked in now. Stand by. The girls are ready to run in the 4th here at Rosehill. Gates are back. The racing Super Norwest jump well. Pippi Beach is pretty handy. In Sunshine Law right up on the speed as well. So Super Norwest will lead from Sunshine Law, is working to get across on the outside. Pippi Beach is running third. Now Tuileries going forward out wide. On the outside is Sister Day. Amrikia settles back in the field. 3 wide early around Sacred Rocks. Then came Lunar Angel, and Gently Rolled is the last one. Super Norwest led by a length and a half. Sunshine Law goes to second. Then Pippi Beach. Tuileries in a 3 wide spot. Sister Day poked through to keep it out there. So Enrique is 3 wide as well and gets cover on the back of the stablemate. Sacred Rocks is buried between runners with Lunar Angel the fence, and 2 after Gently Rolled. 600 metres to go. Super Norwest, Sunshine Law. Tuileries off the course again today, going to third. Then Pippi Beach, Sister Day being nudged along in the between runners, and Enrique with good cover around the turn. Sacred Rocks is well back. They've got 350 to go. Super Norwest in front. From Sunshine Law, Pippi Beach meets the inside. Then came Jewelleries from Sister Day. Sacred Rocks making ground. Enriquez dropping out of it. Pippi Beach in front by a length. Sister Day's poking through now. Jewelleries one pace. Enrique getting a second. Win the outside. Pippi Beach in front of Sister Day. Pippi Beach. Pippi Beach beats Sister Day. Photo third. Sacred Rocks the inside and Enrique wide out. Then Super Norwest, Sunshine Law. Jewellery did it tough. Weakened out from Gently Rolled and Lunar Angel was last to finish.
She had to carry the top weight, 60 kilograms. James McDonald on the board for Chris Waller. Number 1, Pippi Beach wins. Will beat number 11, Sister Day. So a Waller Quinella, Jay Collett on Sister Day. And just lining them up for third, Sacred Rocks is over closest to the rails, and Enrique, who's dropping out, is going to get up and run third. No, just misses. It'll be 2 Sacred Rocks, I think, just in front of 9, which is Enrique, and the number's not quite up. 125.36, 35.26. Here are the numbers. 111.29. 2 does get third, Sacred Rocks. Well done, Chris. Great job to carry the top weight and win like that.
Yeah, James rode it perfectly. Offset the weight with a perfect ride from the draw. Had her in a nice position. Unfortunately for the favourites, they were 3 wide, and we had the economical run, and she was strong, gave a good kick, and she deserved to win.
She's got a great heavy track record, hasn't she? That's 3 wins on heavy tracks.
Yeah, she does. So making the most of conditions, and I don't know if there'll be another one. Hopefully there won't be in terms of most of the horses, but for Pippi's honour, she wins today, and she'll win more.
Just going to ask you before we ran into time previously, with this a lot of wet weather coming this week, they say a lot of rain. Does that will that alter your plans for next Saturday with the good ones?
It might cause a few less sleepless nights, but not really. As long as the track's safe, I need to get them started. They're well prepared. They're not going into the race underdone or heavy. Rain on the day is the worst thing, but you can't control that. But look, I've got respect for the Sydney tracks. I think we're better. We saw in the autumn that with some rain they recovered quickly. Missing that meeting 2 weeks ago or a week ago at Ramack is probably a godsend because it's got good grass. That's what kills tracks is overuse. So we're going on to a fresh track, true position. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Well done, J-Mac. I don't know if you've had much to do with it, but for me, she's always been one of those horses. There's always something about her.
Yeah, she's always promised a lot. She mixes her form a little bit, but when things go well and she can put up a really good performance like she did today, and I thought it was a strong quality field that she beat today, and she enjoys those soft conditions.
Did she really appreciate that track?
Yeah, she does. She really gets through it well, and even though it's improved, it's very shifty, so it's either the horses are going to extend on it or they're not, and I think they'll be even through the day.
Well done.
Thanks.
The Run to the Rose and the Ming Dynasty a fortnight after that, and then another fortnight after that, the Golden Rose and the Heritage. Here's Darren for the Rosebud.
They're off and Paladin left or right. Nashville Jack was sharp out together with Blitzberg going up to push it early. Paladin will get right behind them in third. Grand Prairie tucking in for cover in fourth. Skyhook gets back to park on the inside of Peleus. So Nashville Jack's going to lead with Blitzberg getting the position outside the front runner. Paladin stalks them third. Then Grand Prairie racing keenly. So Peleus out wide and Skyhook pretty relaxed back at the rear of the field. Nashville Jack a narrow leader from Blitzberg and Peleus. He's really taken hold of the rider there, charging up to third out wide. Then came Paladin, Grand Prairie and Skyhook now easing into a 3-4 wide position, turning for home. Nashville Jack in front by a length to Blitzberg. Paladin goes back to the inside, scraping paint from Peleus, and now Skyhook letting down on the outside and Grand Prairie going right through. They've all found their lanes here. Grand Prairie moved up. Skyhook the outside. They've beaten off Paladin. Skyhook a narrow leader from Grand Prairie. It's Skyhook a neck in front to Grand Prairie, and Skyhook giving weight away all around, and he's still too good. Skyhook by a neck on the line to Grand Prairie. They gap Paladin. They put a space on Nashville Jack as well. Blitzberg dropped out, and Peleus was too strong in the run and weakened out to finish last.
Skyhook right over the top of them with 60.5 kilos. He had to give weight away to the opposition today, and Gerald was worried about that, but he toyed with them in the end. He's won comfortably. Gerald Ryan and Sterling Alexio, Karen McAvoy got very keen there, Corey, in the straight. There was a lot of squeezing going on. Grand Prairie's going to get second and Peloton third. We might go back and watch this replay and just see exactly what happened. We won't know until the head-on comes up, but it got a bit willing in there, well inside of where Skyhook came.
Yeah, I think Grand Prairie actually run in. Tommy Sherry just drifted in slightly at about the 200-metre mark, and they got a little bit cramped for a room. Nashville Jack with Jason Collard on board had to probably just ease out of the fraction, but all honours with the winner.
Here it is here, Corey. Grand Prairie in the Yulong colours. You got Blitzberg in the blue, Nashville Jack, one off the fence, Paladin getting onto the rails now. It hasn't happened yet, but it's coming up.
Yeah, they've just... Paladin's probably drifted out slightly as well, so it's probably from both sides, equal shift, Tom Sherry and Tommy Berry.
So Nashville Jack and Grand Prairie have squeezed Blitzberg as he was going backwards. Skyhook's missed everything.
Yep.
And there's margins there, Corey. Just look at the margins when we get down to the line. Now, they're all in a line here. You thought, who's going to win? They've lined up. But when we reach the wire, Skyhook will win comfortably, beating Grand Prairie. And look at the margins. Yeah. Back to Paladin, back to Nashville Jack, back to Blitzberg and Peleus. Well done, Gerald. All honours, especially with the weight.
Yep. I think it was Damien Hay told us a month ago the only horse to win this race with a big weight has been Minari. And then he worked here on Wednesday week ago on the course proper. And Jason has ridden work for me for 10 or 12 years. He said this is the best horse we've had since the Minari.
Really?
Yep.
You did have reservations though today?
Yeah, you'd like to see him on a wet track. I went through all the written tycoons chances on wet tracks, and he hadn't got many wet trackers. But he's had a great prep. He's a horse that doesn't take heaps of work. He doesn't get gross, and he's got the right attitude. Did he go beyond what you thought he could do as a 2-year-old? Yeah, I honestly believe we were never going to go to the slipper until he won the Pago. Yeah, I would have. His ideal prep into the slipper would have been if he had won that race at Randwick. He would have gone 3 weeks in the slipper. Yep. That's one of the reasons we ran him today in this race, get him up early. Because I don't reckon his horse can go 2 weeks apart. I reckon he needs his race of space. So we'll go now 4 weeks into the Run of the Rose and then 2 weeks into the Golden Rose. Okay. And you look excited about the future of this horse? He's a good horse. He's a good horse. Like, they had a recall entries for the Missile Stakes and ran it today. I was tempted to run him in the Missile Stakes with 52.5 on his back instead of today with 60.5. Well done. Thank you.
Congratulations, Kieran. He's buzzy in the yard. What's he like to ride?
He's actually quite nice, Brownie. It didn't deter me to see him like that. I've only sat on him a couple of times at home, but he's a bit of a lad, carries on, but he means well. He just gets excited. And once I got over his neck on the track, he tucked his head and canted around lovely. So I was pretty happy to see that. And he was pretty effective there today.
Did he always feel the winner?
Well, look, he jumped okay, but I must admit I thought I'd be like in the 1, 2, 3 somewhere. When he didn't step great, I had to make a call. Look, do I gun him with 61 on his back or just ride him quiet? So I elected to just ride him a bit quieter, and it paid dividends today. But look, he's versatile like that. So once I got sort of past the 500, to answer your question, he did feel like the winner. Good job with that big weight on his back. You know, he showed that he'd come back in nice order, and Gerald and Searle have just done a good job with him. He's a bit of an athlete, so you know what level he gets to, we'll find out. But he's got his good share amount of ability.
Well done.
Thanks.
California Grass now is the last to move in. Amusing. The Godolphin runner for Chris Waller is the favourite. They're off and racing, and Soldier of Rome began particularly well. Nana's Wish is going to race very handy today. Then the favourite Amusing, Monarch's Bray, Pure Alpha's out very wide. Travolta camps behind with Phillipsburg. Then Knight's Armour and California Grass. They're really spreading across the track going into the first turn. And Monarch's Bray, wide out on the white cap, is really wound up by Berry, and it's going to cross the entire field to lead. Soldier of Rome, Clark was happy to just sit back a few lengths off the leader, and Soldier of Rome is second. Pure Alpha is doing plenty of work in the early stages, racing up on the outside of Soldier of Rome. Then Nana's Wish tugging along the rails, Amusing, and McDonald's put the favourite into a pretty tidy spot early at the 1200 metres. Further back to Phillipsburg, then So You Are, Travolta well back from Knight's Armour, and California Grass is the last one. Monarch Spray shows the way. Pure Alpha second, and they've gapped the rest of the field early. They've got 1,000 metres to go. Monarch Spray in front by a length and a half to Pure Alpha, and a gap of 3 lengths further back to Soldier of Rome. About 4 lengths then to the favourite Amusing on the outside of Nana's Wish. Then So You Are from Phillipsburg. Well back in the field is Travolta from Knight's Armour as they race now towards the 750 metres, and California Grass is well back as well. So it's Monarch Spray in front, 600 to go from Pure Alpha, 3/4 away now. Soldier of Rome really wound up trying to go after the leaders, pulling 3 wide. Nana's Wish creeping up the fence, and then came Amusing as they turned for home. Travolta is hard fence, about 6 off the lead, and is trying to pick up. Monarch Spray all out from Pure Alpha, Soldier of Rome. Now up the inside, Amusing with a good run. Travolta as well. They beat off Nana's Wish, and then So You Are down the outside. Amusing races to the lead. Travolta's in for the fight. Amusing and Travolta. Sienna Grimer trying to left Travolta. Amusing stride for stride. There's nothing in it. J Mac came out on top of the end. Amusing won it by a head to Travolta. A gap to So You Are. Then Soldier of Rome. Further back, Pure Alpha. Then Phillipsburg. Further back to Knight's Armour. Monarch Spray weakened out. Nana's Wish, well below par performance by her.
Well, Amusing wins, but Sienna Grimer will find nothing funny about that. Nothing funny at all. There she is. Her dreams had come true. She's here in Sydney fighting out a race with Jay McDonald. And she probably thought she had him. But he's too good.
He's too good. And if you watch J-Mac, the tactics of his riding, like he got so close to her that she was unable to use a whip, and she got tangled up there a couple of times, but he's just too good. He's too strong. He's out. That's why he's our best.
Well, Waller's pair set up a decent tempo out in front, running 1-2, and the other two have finished hard together. I think McDonald's I thought he was going to have a chat to Sienna and apologise. But he's talking to Pure Alpha's rider, Zach Lloyd. So Amusing wins, Shani, and gets the job done under McDonald.
Yeah, and the ride won the race because he opted to go back through them, and he got her home. But what a credit to Sienna Grimer, fancy coming to Sydney and fighting out the finish with James McDonald. I thought she had the upper hand. She couldn't pull the whip late in the piece. I'd love to see the head-on.
I haven't seen... Oh, here it is now.
Have a look at it now.
Yeah.
We're still at near the top of the straight, so it'll be a while before we get to the part where they came close. It looks like Travolta's come out slightly.
Joins Amusing.
Yeah.
And then
See, J-Max won the race by switching it over to the left hand. That's where he's got full use of the persuader outside.
I don't think McDonald would have liked the embarrassment of letting Sienna Grimer beat him there.
No, I don't say that. It was a good determined finish. Both riders, they didn't stop. They were getting close, but they just kept at it. Sienna rode her horse very well and saved all the ground, but I just think it showed a bit of fitness with James's horse. Amusing. She's a tough horse, and when she let go, you could see she really wanted to win the race, and I think she's heading on the right path towards black type.
You've given Sienna a great opportunity, and she's repaying you this week. She's had a wonderful week, despite going down there.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she's taking things well within herself, and got a great head on her shoulders, and it's good that Godolphin are giving me an opportunity too with a few. So it's a good start for them, and one of our many great owners, but they're a great team, and it's proud to be working with them.
Well done.
Thanks.
Congratulations, J-Mac. Nice enough win.
Yeah, I reckon she's a really nice horse, especially when she's bred to run that trip, and she probably will get a bit further, but
she a bit aggressive?
Yeah, she was. Wasn't till about the 800 that she actually got into a bit of a rhythm, but for her to be as aggressive as she was and to finish as good as she did, it's a testament to her ability and where she's going to head to.
Did you feel the winner before you pulled the stick to the left?
Yeah, I could hear her coming, and she's she's got her tail up after that Wednesday win, and she's going to outpunch me here. But she's riding really well, and she deserves all the success she gets because I've watched her ride. She rides really well, so I'm sure Chris will give her a few more.
Well done.
Starter about to release the field. War Eternal, a well-supported favourite. Ready now. Nearly ready. They're off. And jumping sharply was Palmetto. Landed in front, but quickly Semion's right on the scene. And Semion's going to lead with highlights up on the outside of Palmetto. Pao used the gate to sit handy. And then the favourite War Eternal in fifth. Two further back to Our Gold Hope midfield from State of America and Adelaide Rivers out deep. Trying to improve its position early. They're followed back in the field then by Kinesiology on the inside of Birdman and a gap to Land Legend and Diamond Diesel. So Semyon held out highlights for the leader, half length between the pair. Palmetto tugging along in third position, just covering up Pao on the rails and Adelaide Rivers off the course. Now War Eternal's back to midfield in the red cap. Our Gold Hope the fence. Birdman out three wide with some cover. Further back to State of America, Diamond Diesel. Kinesiology and Land Legends last of all. It's Semyon and Highlight, stride for stride coming up to the turn. Palmetto in a stalking roll. Adelaide Rivers done plenty of work. Pao's at a cheap run behind them looking to come off heels. There's not much room. Further back Kinesiology, Birdman. Now Our Gold Hope is taking an inside run as they race inside the 250. Palmetto raced to a very narrow lead. Now War Eternal gets the run. War Eternal and Palmetto, and Birdman's closing off hard. War Eternal in front from Birdman, and War Eternal will win it. War Eternal a neck on the line to Birdman. Land Legend made up a lot of ground to run third. Followed in behind them to Palmetto, Our Gold Hope, then Kinesiology the fence. Further back to Highlights, Adelaide River. Pao a cheap run, dropped out, and State of America was going past it late.
War Eternal, number 7, Jason Collett and Björn Baker. Too good for Birdman. He'd been trialling too well not to run a race today, and he almost pulled it off. But War Eternal too strong after faltering and floundering in the going here 2 weeks ago. He got firmer footing today. They're on 125.6, home in 35.1674. And Land Legend's going to get up and run third here, in front of Palmetto, Our Gold Hope, then Diamond Diesel, then Kinesiology, Semyon, Adelaide River, and the others.
It was just a perfect setup for War Eternal today, wasn't it? As I said, he wasn't the classiest galloper coming into this, but he was down in the weights. He was ready to peak. He doesn't mind the give and the track, and you wanted to be on him a fair way from home. Excellent run from Birdman. For a fleeting moment, I thought he was going to get the job done, but it sets him up for a really nice campaign. Land Legend, fantastic. I didn't expect him to see him finishing off that well because he was last at about probably the 200-metre mark, and over in fourth spot, I should say, was Palmetto. Our Gold Hope, she got blocked for a run, but once she got out, she did have her chance.
I think War Eternal obviously just had those little bit more luck than our horse Birdman. Birdman obviously given a terrific ride there by J-Mate, but the sniper, Jason Collett, he just sucked up in behind him, and once he got that clear air, like you said, Rads, the horse floundered here a fortnight ago on the going, but just that little bit firmer footing I think was a big plus, and a terrific ride by Jason Collett.
And what about Land Legend with all the flashing lights going off on top of it? Getting into third spot. Luke Hilton's here, War Eternal. It's about 7 o'clock in Deauville in France. So it's not too early for him to get up and enjoy that.
No, he'll definitely enjoy it. He said he was going to get up and watch them, so hopefully that'll bring a smile to his face, and he deserved that. He's been racing really well this preparation. He's a good old campaigner, and he won third up last prep, and he's done it again this prep with Jason on as well.
It was just a complete mess last start. He didn't like it at all. In fact, he was floundering all over the place, but still managed to run second.
Yeah, he likes to get his toe in, but not that much. So he appreciated that better surface today, and Jason gave him a lovely ride. Needed the breaks to come when they did, but he took advantage of it and raced away really well.
So he's won an open handicap today. What level can he reach, this horse?
It's funny, he's a 7-year-old, so he's probably at the top of his game at the moment. But, yeah, look, there might be a not as strong sort of listed stakes race that we might be able to find. while he's racing this good form, will just keep chipping away while these tracks have got a little bit of juice in them.
Well done.
Thank you.
Luke Hilton, racing manager for Bjorn Baker, and the winning rider, Jason Collin. Just going over the scales right now, and here he is with Corey.
Well done, Jace. Looked a little bit sticky there at the top of the straight, but once you got clear air, it was good.
Yeah, I was happy with the spot I found, but next thing a furlong later, the pace come off the race. Adelaide Rivers rolling up in the 3 wide line, and Palmetta probably, was very close to getting in a pocket too. Luckily she popped off, and I could see it opening up, and I had the turn of foot there against them sort of horses, but obviously later I didn't want any further.
Yeah, just that little bit firmer footing helped?
Yeah, he was like he does go on heavy, but varying types of heavy. Like today was great.
Well done.
Thanks.
Is on the second and third line of betting here. We're ready to go. Captain Fury, the hot favourite in the off and racing. There's a good line out. Code in Time, Fully Lit, won the break, and they vie for the early leader. Punton being sent forward on the outside, going to third. Then came Baroque Road. Anything goes towards the rails and Denman Star. Now Starman's out pretty deep. Captain Fury in the middle. Brosman in the rails. And 2 lengths away last is O'Ziggy. They sort out the order now, and Fully Lit holds the front. We've punted up to second at the 1,000 metres. A neck between the top two. Anything goes is back in fourth position. Code in Time in front of it. They're followed then by Baroque Road, fifth the outside. 2 off to Denman Star. Brosnan. Starman doing it tough. Further back to the favourite Captain Fury on a very long range, second last the fence, and a half the outside to O'Ziggy. About 8 lengths covers the field. Fully Lit, a narrow leader from Punton, breathing down its neck. Then came Anything Goes on the inside of Code in Time. Further back then to Baroque Road from Brosnan. Starman, Denman Star, O'Ziggy, Captain Fury. He's still last. Getting to the outside. He's 7 off. Just wanting to lay in a little bit. Fully Lit shows a good kick here. It's Fully Lit by 2 lengths on Punton. Then Anything Goes. Captain Fury's a mile back. Fully Lit now at the 150. 3 lengths clear from Punton. Then Denman Star. Anything Goes. Captain Fury and Starman making some ground. But Hieronymus has pulled their pants down here on Fully Lit. That's a big win. Now, Anything Goes, I think's run second. Not sure third. Denman Star and Punton, followed by O'Ziggy, Brosnan, Starman. Captain Fury burnt the punters. Gap to Code in Time, and Baroque Road was last.
Fully Lit has bolted in here, leading all the way, straight to the front. And when they turned for home, Hieronymus put the handlebars down and away it went. Easy win by Fully Lit. Now let's line them up for second and third. Anything Goes. Well done, Adrian. Did you see that coming?
Look, not that impressive, I must say, but in fairness, been able to make an excuse for all his races to date. He's just never quite had the conditions to suit. We've sort of been tinkering with his gear, the distance ranges, but importantly, I think getting back on an improving track, and just aided by a lovely ride by Adam, where the horse was able to be comfortable right from the outset. He found a lovely rhythm from there, and that allowed him, when he needed him, he quickened up really well.
Yeah, he enjoyed controlling things out there today.
Yeah, he did. It's the most relaxed we've seen the horse all preparation. He conserved himself really well, and just getting up to this distance opens up a few more options. Obviously sort of hadn't quite recaptured that 2-year-old form yet, which does sometimes take him a season or two, but I feel he's ready to sort of really go on with it now, and I'm sure he'll take a bit of confidence.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Well done, Ads. Dominant win.
It was. Yeah, he's really won well. He won that race probably one out of the barriers. He was fantastic out, and were able to control the race from the get-go. And when we had that pressure come across from the Bjorn Baker horse, I was able to sort of use him a little bit again into the turn there, and because we hadn't done any work in that first furlong to hold the front, and he relaxed good after that, and he won his race from the 600 to the 400.
They thought he might have been suspect at 1400, but he'd get a mile on that.
Yeah, no, definitely. His run last start was very good. It was just the conditions that got the better of him that day, and obviously we're on track today that's heavy, but it's a lot better surface today than last start, and that's made a big difference. But in saying that, it's been a good win with a big weight.
Well done.
Thank you.
So Polyglot's won from the outside, and Rosalind Starr has drawn that outside gate. All in now. There's the light. Ready to run. They're off and racing. Rosalind Starr jumped okay. There's plenty rushing forward. Ravenclaw and Malcoop, they're the two. Rosalind Starr's caught out wide but rolling forward. Then came Mogul Monarch from Catch the Glory, who's wedged in between runners. Polyglot trying to get over. It's caught 3 wide. From Regimental Colours, User Pen didn't have the speed to hold the good draw there. It's back third last. Poker Jack is well back in the field, and DeBello is pulling pretty hard there at the rear of the field. They're not really strung out here, and as they travel to the turn, Ravenclaw is a narrow leader looking to go back to back from Malcoop. Rosalind Starr, a victim of the gates, been 3 wide from the start. User Pen back up on the inside together with Mogul Monarch. Catch the Glory coming through. Meantime, Polyglot's getting right to the outside. User Pen goes up the fence. Rosalind Starr still there from Malcoop, and Polyglot starting to run on strongly. Rosalind Starr and Polyglot, Malcoop. Catch the Glory on the inside. A great four-way go. Malcoop at odds. Malcoop kicks, wins. Malcoop was able to fend off either Catch the Glory or Polyglot. Then Rosalind Starr, not bad first up, and Poker Jack whizzing home at the end. So was Regimental Colours. Further back to User Pen, Mogul Monarch. DeBello pulled hard. Ravenclaw got tired. Malcoop kept.
The owners can't believe the run they're on, and now it graduates to a Saturday Metropolitan race. Malcoop has won. Winona Costin, Steve O'Halloran, number 13. We'll line them up for the minors. Polyglot and also Jason Coyle's horse Catch the Glory there. Here's Malcoop. Winona Costin hangs on to win. Polyglot will probably get up and run second. Yes, Polyglot, then Catch the Glory. Well done, Steve. I'm just watching your owners enjoy this, and they're on a ride at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so. The horse, every time we've set a bar to him, he's answered the question. It's probably, I would have been more confident last week going to the midway, but they abandoned the races and thought we were going to maybe a little bit step too far with him. But look, the horse has done super preparation. As I said, he does know how to run a bad race.
From a Bathurst maiden to a Saturday.
Yeah, that's it. Gary, the owner, was just saying to me a couple of months ago, we were screaming our heads off at Bathurst when he won at Bathurst, and he said, he always said he'd love to be in the city, and for the horse to win today and get here today has been really good.
Well, can this horse keep up with its rating, which is rising all the time?
Yeah, that's it. Look, tough win. He's sixth run in this prep. He'll probably go for a holiday. I want to look after him. He hasn't done anything wrong, and obviously we have a nice horse on our hands.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Winona. Fast becoming one of your favourites.
Yeah, he definitely is. What a trading performance and what a horse. He's very unassuming and he just keeps on lifting.
It looks like he was on the canvas there a few times in the straight, but he managed to surge away the last bit.
Yeah, that's it. They got to him, and I think they got a little bit in front of him, and he just kicked back. He's got so much fight, and like I said, he's a great horse, and he just keeps rising to the grade, and a fantastic trading performance as well by Stevie.
Well done.
Thank you.
And here's the last. Boy, Gatsby's has been heavily backed here. He's a clear favourite now in front of Perfumist, who was all buzzed up in the parade. There's the light. Gates are back now and they're off. Cloudland the Grey was one of the first into stride, and there goes Perfumist to join it. Bunker Hut's not too far away into third position, just inside Gatsby's. They're followed by Lord Pemina. A length clear then from settling back in the field, Electrica, Restiro, and Geriatrics just in front of it. Perfumist still off the fence, looking to cross over now. Does so from Cloudland the outside. Bunker Hut and Gatsby's take trailing position. positions right behind. They're followed by Electrica on the outside of Lord Penman. Astero and Geriatrics are the last two. Perfumist has been a drifter in the last 5 minutes of betting, is trucking along in the lead. She's really charging here from Cloudland. Gatsby's the post-time favourite with a white face stalking. Bunker Hut can take an inside run. Electrica to the outside and further back to Lord Penman. It's Perfumist just in front, under siege. Cloudland the grey moved up, took the lead. Bunker Hut plodding on. Then came Gatsby's. Lord Penman's making some ground. It's Cloudland a narrow leader inside the 150. Cloudland from Bunker Hut. Lord Penman with the last shot of them. Cloudland is all out, scrubbed up, wins just. Cloudland by a long neck to Lord Penman, heading the line hard. Bunker Hut third. Jerry Hattricks whizzed home at the end. And Perfumist, well, she got all fired up today, pre-race, in the race, and she got tired. Further back, Astero. Oh, and Gatsby's just behind them. Gatsby's has wound up in about fourth in the end.
Cloudland, the grey. Chris Lees and Dylan Gibbons win the last. With all that money for Gatsby's late in betting, Cloudland drifted out to $9, pays $8.50 out to $2.20, $8.50 and $2.20 on the tote. Wasn't despised, but gets home at $9. Another eye catcher there from a Waller runner, Lord Penman, first start for the stable, ex-Kiwi, who was trained by Stephen Marsh, has got into second, rocketing home, and Bunker Hut, and then Gatsby's, then Perfumist and Geriatrics, and then Astero, and then Electrica. Cloudland in the last.
Cloudland takes it out. He was brilliant out of the gates today. He sat outside the leader. I thought he was going to push on, but he ended up taking a sit outside Perfumist there. But he loves these wet tracks. He had genuine excuses last time out. They took him back to the trials, and today you had to respect him given that he was coming here on a heavy track. Bunker Hut was good, nothing wrong with his run. Lord Penham, I think, was the one that we really want to follow. I was watching him and he just needed a gap, and he was brilliant to the line, so that was a really encouraging debut run here in Australia. And Gatsby's, he had his chance, he just didn't go on with it. But all others with Cloudland, but the horse I want to follow is Lord Penham.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Chantel. He's probably slightly unlucky too, Lord Penham. He just got strung up in behind him at a vital stage at about the 250, 300 metre mark. Once he found clear air, he run through the line really, really well, but couldn't agree more. Bunker Hut looked like he had his chance. He's probably a little bit further out. He may have been the difference, but all honours with the winner. Great ride.
Exactly, Corey. All honours with Cloudland Chris, who eventually got into a good spot outside the other OTI horse.
Yeah, Ash just took his time getting across, which had us out in a limb, but then they got a nice controlled run up on speed. They all had their chance to beat him, I thought, on straightening. They were coming from either side of him, but it was a really brave effort in the finish. He won well first time out. We ran him 2 weeks later, so I think giving him a little bit of a gap between runs, back to a trial, I think it paid off today, and he relishes this type of ground.
So what do you do? He's 7. He handles the wet tracks pretty well. Where do you sort of head with a horse like Cloudland?
Yeah, well, it's still the right time of year. He may sneak into a better graded race now that he's getting up in benchmark, but we'll keep him well spaced.
And you'll cop a $200,000 race today.
Yeah, well, I was whinging actually when they upped it to a 94, thinking it'd be a stronger race, but they were right and I was wrong again.
Yeah, well, congratulations, you win the last. How many horses for OTI have you got?
We've got about 3. Bengal Boy won last Saturday, and we've got a nice maiden coming through, so really good to train for and great to have a winner for him today.
Well done. When's the shave happening, the great shave?
Well, I wasn't expecting to get in.
I think it's overdue.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday? Clean shaven Chris Lees, well overdue. It's pure laziness. That's all it is. I'm back from a European holiday. He hasn't had time. But I think it's time, Corey. In the words of Gough Whitlam, it's time.
It looks like time to me. Well done, Dill. Nice win.
Yeah, graze in the wet. It works out well. Look, he's been a good horse to me, this horse, and had to ride him early days. He's been very quirky, and Chris and the team have done a remarkable job to make him as tractable as he is. And my favourite thing about him is I think you have to get too busy with the stick, because he's the sort of horse, when the competitors come, he's already going to give you 110%.
He got a little bit wandery there, though, about the 200 metre mark.
Yeah, he did. I was a bit worried because it felt like Ash had it steady enough and thought he was the class runner, so I thought, I'm fit, I better put it to him, and I got to him pretty quick. So from there, he just had a little wander and gave him one to correct him, and
he didn't like it too much, so just put the stick away and let him do the rest.
Right on, bud.
Thank you.
And that's it. That is Rosehill for today. Skyhook won the feature, the Rosebud, and he'll go around in a fortnight. No, more than a fortnight. It'll be a month to the Run to the Rose. We're looking forward to next Saturday. Group 1 racing at Royal Randwick and a stack of other feature races, but it is Winx Stakes Day when we return to Saturday Metropolitan Racing here in Sydney. Winx Stakes Day on Sky Thoroughbred Central.